Hello woolly clubbers. Right, last time in the last tutorial I said we would do the base and the zip, but I think it's going to be too much, so we're going to just do the base for now. You knot your around your 2 needles first, okay, and you're going to cast on. Let me show you the pattern. It says cast on 3 stitches, continuing stocking stitch, knit 1 row. So we're going to cast on 3 and knit 1 row. So 1, we've already got 1 on the needle, so 2, 3. Now when you first row you always knit the first one, but after that you don't knit the first one. So 1, 2, 3. That's my first row of knit. Just going to put that down for a minute to read the pattern, because you're going to learn how to increase in this one. It says continuing stocking stitch as follow: knit 1 row, increase 1 stitch at each end of next 2 rows and following alternate row till you get 9 stitches. Right, let's do it step by step. Now to increase, you're working in the same stitch twice. So you go in and knit it once, but don't take it off that needle, because now you're going to go into the back of that stitch there, because you're going to put your needle over to the back, over to the back, and go in the back of that stitch. I don't know how to show you this. Here's the stitch that there's the stitch that you're knitting into, yeah, and there's the back of it. Okay, so you're going to go into the back of it now, there, in there, and knit again. So you've actually knitted in the front of the stitch and the back of the stitch. Knit the next one, and then you're going to knit in the front and then knit in the back. So let's do the front first. Knit the front stitch, can you see it? Now we're going to knit the back of the stitch. So you have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stitches. Tricky, huh? Do you want me to show you again? Well, I've got to do it on the next row, haven't I? Are you ready? So you go in the front of the stitch. There's this whole stitch, look, goes all the way around there. So you're going to knit the front of the stitch, then you're going to knit the back of the stitch there. So the first bit, you're going to knit that bit, but you don't take it off the needle. Then you go to the back of the stitch, and you need to use your finger to push it in place. You knit the back of the stitch. And you've just got now 2 stitches from that 1 stitch. Okay, then you knit to end. So alright, knit, knit. So continuing stocking stitch, didn't it? And I'm purling, knitting. Sorry, let me go back. No, that's right, knit, sorry, carry on. And then when you get to the end, again we've got our stitch, we're going to knit the front and the back. So we knit the front first, take the needle over to the back and knit the back. So you should have now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stitches. Now you're going to purl 1 row if you're doing purl, if not, if you're gartering, stick to garter. Don't purl the first stitch. Purl 1 row. I'm just going to check I've done that right. As it said, increase 1 stitch at each end of the next 2 rows and following alternate row. So now we've just purled that row, now we're on the alternate row. So again, you're going to knit the front, so knit the front stitch, and then we're going to go over and knit the back of that stitch. So you've got 2 stitches of that one stitch, then you carry on knitting. All the way to the end. Right, the last stitch again, we're going to knit the front and the back. So we knit the front first, and then we're going to knit the back. Sort of need your finger there to guide it in. So we should have 9 now. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Got 9 stitches. Right, now it says work 4 rows, so it means stick to your knit and purl row. So we've just done a knit row, so now we're on a purl row. The purl side is all bobbly. Let me show you on this. The purl side is all bobbly, and the knit side is all nice and straight with lots of little V's. Okay, so now we're going to do 4 straight rows. So don't purl the first one. So purl 1 row, that's 1. And knit, don't knit the first one, just because it makes it quite loose. If you can see here, it's quite baggy, yeah? And if you knit it, it gets looser. So if you don't knit it, it tightens it up. You get a neater edge. So that's the second row. Then we're going to purl, so don't purl the first one, that's the third row. And then, oops, knit the 4th row. That says work 4 rows, and we've just done 4 rows. So in this whole tutorials of making this pencil case, you have learnt how to increase and decrease and a purl stitch. So well done you. Right, that was my 4th row. Now it says decrease 1 stitch at each end of next and following alternate rows. And following alternate row. I need new glasses, I think. And so decrease 1 stitch at each end of next and following alternate row and next row. Right. So decrease you know now, because that's knitting 2 together. But we're purling, okay? So we're on the purl row. So we're going to purl 2 together. Well, let me show you that again. 1, 2, same as the knit, but now you're purling. Purl 2 together, and then you purl to end. And then at the end, the 2 together, purl 2 together. Let me just see if I'm doing this right. Look. And then the next row is normal knit. I might have missed a row out there. Oh. No, normal knit, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Got 7 stitches. Now I purl 2 together again. Purl 2. And then purl to the last 2 stitches. And then purl 2 together again. Then it says and next row. So now we knit 2 together. knit 1, knit 2 together. So we should have 3 stitches. Woohoo, we've done it right. Now purl 1 row, 1, 2, 3, not purling the first stitch, remember? Then it says cast off. Well, you all know how to cast off. You're all really good at that. Just to remind you, it's don't knit the first one, knit the second one, take the last stitch, take it over, like pass slip stitch over, knit 1, pass slip stitch over. It wasn't a slip stitch, but you know what I mean. And then just put the wool round and slide that through. It's like another stitch, just to knot it or cut it and put a loop through. Either way you want to do it. So now we have got the base, which is going to be sewn around there. That's really tiny, isn't it? Around there, sort of thing. It'll be sewn in there. That'll be the base bit. It's not really hard to show you. Anyway, good luck with that bit, and I'll get on with the next one. Bye.